everybody, welcome back to Lucy's Corsetry, and I am in Dallas, Texas. We're here with Amber Welch of Lovely Rats Corsetry, and I am so excited to be able to interview Amber for this channel. So thank you so much for being able to do this with me.
You're welcome.
So how did you get started with corsetry, first of all?
Well, I've been sewing for about 10 years, and when I started sewing, I was really fascinated by historical garments in the Victorian period, and it was kind of a natural progression towards the hardest things I could find to construct, and I just never got bored with corsets, so it stuck.
So what was your first corset like, and how far do you think you've come since then?
My first corset was a disaster. It had plastic bones, and it was just like 2 layers of cotton, and it didn't fit or have any shape, and I found that with every single corset I really mastered the basics of it, and it just got better and better and better, and it still gets better every time I make a corset.
That sounds encouraging. So how did you come up with the name Lovely Rats, and how does that relate to corsets?
Well, actually, I noticed that I get a similar response to my corsets as I do my rats. People have all these preconceived notions about them being dangerous or disgusting or ugly, when I find both things really beautiful. So I like this dichotomy of something that's perceived as, hazardous, actually being quite lovely. So it's Lovely Rats.
So what has your favorite project been so far?
I love making anything for Penny Underbust. She's so sweet and so communicative, and her shape is perfect for corsets, although really, really challenging. And we also kind of think things are beautiful in the same way, so our aesthetics really click.
Mm-hmm. She's super curvy.
Mm-hmm.
So who would you like to dress in the future, or what sort of project would you want to do in the future?
Well, on similar lines, I'd really like to make a corset for Kelly Lee Decay. Her kind of figure is exactly the kind of figure I love to corset, and she seems really fun to work with.
So tell me more about your personal aesthetic and how you've branded yourself.
I like anything that's feminine and girly and lacy and frilly, so I take a lot of influence from both Lolita fashion and the sort of pinup girl retro movement. I sort of mash them together. And I also take a lot of influence from media that I'm obsessed with at the moment, whatever books or shows I'm watching, and I really absorb all that and interpret it into corset designs.
Yeah, I really love your cartoon character inspired designs. So what other brands or makers do you look up to?
I am a really big fan of Electra Designs. I feel like she's actually what got me started taking corsets seriously, and she's what's been inspiring me from the beginning. And I got a piece from her earlier this year, and it's beautiful. It's so perfect. And I also love Vanyanis because she puts such meticulous care into every single thing that she does. And I'm getting my bridal corset from her because I just admire her work so much.
Yay! I'm so excited to see that.
It's gonna be beautiful.
So what is your favorite step in the whole construction process for corsets?
I love cutting the corset out. I love cutting into a big, fresh, clean piece of fabric and that feeling of getting started on something exciting and watching it come together. I also love the hand sewing parts, like the embellishment and hand binding. I like doing careful little details.
So for really expensive fabrics, does it give you a rush when you first cut into it, or
Yeah.
are you scared?
I'm never scared of it. I just really want to get started. I'm really excited and inspired by textiles.
That's cool. So what's your least favorite part?
I hate making modesty panels. I like the part where I feel done with a corset, and when I have to make a modesty panel at the end, it makes me feel less of that completed feeling.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So what are some of your dreams and aspirations for Lovely Rats?
I would really like to have a shop front one day where I could also sell dresses and skirts to go with the corsets, and really have a space that embodies my aesthetic. I want to make it look like an old candy shop. Have a really cute and fun place to be that's interesting to look at as well as shop in.
So what do you do on your downtime? What do you do when you're not making corsets?
I'm a really big fan of little critters. I have 4 pet rats, a pet corgi, and several fish tanks. So I like to do aquascaping and maintain saltwater reef tanks and anything kind of animal related makes me happy.
Oh, that must take a lot of effort.
Yeah, I care a lot about the livelihood of my animals and my pets. I feel like if you have a pet, it's your responsibility to give them the best quality of life possible.
So if you weren't making corsets, what do you think you would be doing?
Along those same lines, I'd probably be a marine biologist. When I was about 7 years old, when everybody else wanted to be an astronaut or, you know, a firefighter or something, I wanted to study fishes.
So if you had any advice for people who follow you or other aspiring corset makers, what would you tell them?
Be hungry to learn things. Just don't be intimidated by imperfections and flaws. Keep trying, and every single time you make a corset, it's going to be so much better than the last one. And all you can do is keep improving.
That's very good advice. Thank you so much. And thank you all for watching this lovely interview with Amber of Lovely Rats. If you want to learn more about Amber and her corsets, you can go to lovelyrats.com or look up Lovely Rats on Facebook. And thank you so much.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye.